Angie, it ended up being nothing more than ground-up pain medication, but it was that pain medication that caused this building behind me right here to be under lockdown for 2 hours. It's a large area. It's about 21 square miles. To give you an idea, that's about a third of the city of Columbia as it is right now. First thing you're going to want to do when you're checking your room for bed bugs is you take a flashlight, pull back the covers, and check around the ribbing of the mattress. Most of the items are less in price. For example, this 16-pound turkey can be $1.44 less than last year. You can see from the constant flow of traffic, this is a busy intersection. 8 feet, in fact. That's how high this plywood wall right outside of Shiloh is. The ADA is teeing off. See what it has to do with golf coming up. Residents of a parish outside Shreveport, Louisiana are mourning the loss of 6 teenagers who drowned yesterday while wading in the shallows of the Red River. It's been an emotional day at Latham. Everyone I talked to seemed to have memories that went up in flames, and those flames were still burning when I got there. The last blaze to go down left the Latham community struggling to pick up the pieces.
I've got pictures of my dad playing basketball here, years ago. It was the gym of Monongalia County. Everybody wanted to come and play here.
The gymnasium that used to shine is now dull with soot.
You can just look at that and all the memories start coming back. But, yeah, and I mean, we're here a lot anyway. The community comes to a lot of events. Yeah. There were basketball games last night.
The fire left more than 60 kids out of school.
They think it was the kitchen, boiler room area, somewhere in that area, but that'll have to be determined by the fire marshal.
Where there used to be a library, a computer lab, the cafeteria, and classrooms for 1st through 8th grades, only a staircase remains. The only part of the school left intact are the kindergarten classrooms, which were added on a year ago. The ashes of this building are still smoldering from this morning's fire. This is as close as I could get. And as firefighters pick up the pieces, school board members are trying to decide what comes next.
We're fortunate that we're at Christmas break or almost there. We've already had some offers from local churches to have classes there until we can build back. But, that'll probably be next school year before we would have anything built back.
Until then, the Latham Braves will have to live up to their name. Latham will hold a public meeting at Latham Christian Church tonight at 7 p.m. to discuss what's coming up next. And KOMU 8 News will have a crew at that meeting and have the latest tonight at 10. Here at Paquin Tower, the tenants and pest control company
Lock, Dave. I got the key.
Are well acquainted.
Yeah, we see him all the time.
And Dave Dollins is an expert on the critters.
That's what they say.
He's learned a lot since the night he came eye to eye with one.
I just happened to look down, and every one of them devils right on my crotch. And man, I was glad. If that thing got up and got in my shorts, can you imagine what that would have done?
Lee Radke was in charge of Paquin Tower when the outbreaks first began.
And some of them you could see them crawling on the walls. But like I said, it just came out of nowhere.
An entomologist at the University of Missouri says it's not just hotels and high-rises with the problem.
Here in Missouri, some of our data show that 5 years ago, maybe 1 in 10 pest control companies had done a bed bug job or had seen a bed bug. And now it's closer to about 70% of them have done a big bed bug job. And over 50% of the treatments they're doing are in single-family residences.
Houseman says globalization and travel are mostly the culprit.
Typically, it's the unsuspecting homeowner that goes and stays somewhere, and then bed bugs have been introduced into that place by another traveler who probably was unsuspecting. And so they end up being hitchhikers.
Houseman says knowing how to check for bed bugs when you travel helps you prevent bringing them back home with you. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you're checking your room for bed bugs is you take a flashlight, pull back the covers, and check around the ribbing of the mattress. Then go around, check the headboard and the nightstand for dark spots. And then, just to be safe, check the baseboards around the room. It might take just 5 minutes to do, but it could save you a lot of money.
Not real bad. You're probably looking $1,000, $1,100.
Not real bad?
Not real bad.
It cost me over $2,000 to get rid of them bed bugs out of my apartment.
Both hope the bug's bite is put to bed.
They're amazing little things that cause that much trouble and that much money just for a little old bug.
So much trouble that Wingate Pest Control now comes for quarterly inspections. Nicole Najolek, KMU8 News, Columbia. It rained.
Soaking wet.
It poured.
Getting hit by lightning would have been bad.
But the people didn't go home. Umbrellas on hand, plastic on back, or bags on head. Even the rain couldn't hold back the 4,000 people that came to race.
It's the first annual atmosphere. Everybody's really excited. The weather hasn't dampened anybody's spirits.
And then the thunder started going and the lightning, and that added on some magic.
Some ran for the future.
My mother-in-law,
our coach, both of my grandmas.
Some ran for the past. With all their reasons, the 4,000 people that came helped to make this one of the biggest races in Columbia's history.
Columbia is still not that big of a place, and to have this many people out for an event like this, especially considering the weather, is great.
next time we'll have the concert. All right.
And this woman couldn't be happier with the results.
We've been planning this for 16 months. We had over 4,000 people and raised over $150,000.
But perhaps the only thing better than the money is the dent they may have made in the future.
There were so many young women and men on our race course today, and they talk about breast cancer, and maybe that will help save their life.
Nicole Najolek, KMU8 News, Columbia.